Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, TGIF, the 20th, and we're here to look at the new releases that have been published this week. And we'll be looking at the rest of the cozy mysteries that we started with on Monday. There's always a lot of those. Hope you had a good night. Excuse me. Need some coffee. I haven't been talking yet today. Good morning, Elena. Just woke up and I will make my coffee mocha. Ooh, nums. Hope you're doing okay. Cajun, good morning, everyone. Hi, Elena. And Cajun's enjoying her day off. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. We'll have them tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, and they go for 5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, etc., etc. I do have chapter 20, though, in our Advent calendar cozy mystery bedtime read aloud. We are reading Christmas at Glitter Peak Lodge over on our spin-off channel, Tales for Bookeemonsters. It is getting interesting. We keep saying that, but it is getting more and more interesting. And Elena said, good morning back. Let me, my brightness is off a little bit. All right, let's jump in. We left at the Barbie pink one. Caffeine and Chaos by Wendy Meadows. Bethany Lights just want to escape the icy grip of Alaska for a warm beach and a little peace. But when her travel plans go up in smoke and she's stranded in a blizzard, her simple trip turns into a fight for survival. A missed flight, a wrong turn, and an eerie lake resort with a dark past are just the beginning of her nightmare. Stumbling into a deadly game, Bethany soon discovers she's not alone. There are killers lurking in the shadows, and 2 of them are sisters with a knack for magic tricks, the deadly kind. With no way out and a storm closing in, Bethany has to rely on her wits and maybe a little coffee-fueled courage to survive. Will she make it out, or will the last trick of the night be her final act? Hope you are going to be having a good weekend. It's the last weekend before Christmas. That's when some people start to actually shop if you have to do some shopping. Yes, it really is getting interesting. I was glad that last night's chapter was a little shorter than what has been happening. I always feel badly when we do it after the sprints on Tuesday and Thursday because we go that much later. Bridal Bedlam by Hazel Smith. Ivy Stone is ready to swap her feather duster for a bridesmaid's bouquet as her best friend's wedding takes center stage at London's upscale Hotel La Fontaine. But when the wedding photographer is found bludgeoned to death, Ivy's to-do list takes a deadly detour. With the help of her friends on staff and Monty, her clue-sniffing Great Dane, Ivy dives into the matrimonial mess. Finding whodunit would be a piece of cake if the guest list wasn't full of suspicious characters. A lovesick best man, a secretive bridesmaid, and a monster-in-law with a tongue sharper than a cake knife. When a second murder brings the bride to her brink, Ivy may be unable to solve the mystery before the bouquet toss, especially once the killer decides to end Ivy's investigation permanently. I gave my mom her Christmas gift yesterday, the shawl that I crocheted, and she liked it. What was this? Lucky Waters by Jenna St. James and Stephanie Demore. 8th in the Enchanted Waters Mysteries. As the Bermuda Triangle gears up for its legendary St. Patty's Day celebration, the last thing Isla and her best friend Kira expect is to stumble upon a murder. But you've done it 7 times before. But when they find Kira's aunt standing over a dead body, the festive atmosphere comes to an abrupt halt. To make matters worse, the victim and Kira's aunt have been seen fighting in public on more than one occasion. Kira is adamant her aunt is innocent, but with mounting evidence against her, it doesn't look good. With the help of Jace and Glow, maybe it's, no, I'm just going to say Jace, Isla must carefully sift through the clues and follow where they take her, no matter the outcome. Can Isla and Jace solve the mystery before their luck runs out? End of that row. Cajun says, I went to the grocery store yesterday to get nibbly bits for my weekend with my stepmother, and it was crazy busy in the middle of Thursday afternoon. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought I was done grocery shopping yesterday morning. I go before work. I do that right when I get off here. But I have to go back this morning because we have finalized what we're going to do for Christmas Eve. And I don't want to go on Monday. And it's kind of looking like Tuesday might be a thing. We might be off. Extra Shot of Murder by Ruth Ward. You should go early in the morning. No crowds. Bridget is loving life. She loves her job, her new house, and she quite fancies the guy on the top floor with magic hands. Oh my. Things are looking up for the goth girl from Garston. As dawn breaks over the Cohen Valley, Bridget takes a coffee to the studio where Tony Carson and his partners are ready to launch their business channel. Instead of a new start, she finds that Tony has come to a terrible end. After her lasting entanglement with violent death, Bridget vows to stay well away until things go from bad to worse. Lucy has fallen out with one of her investors, and Cafe Milano are kicked out of the ice cream parlor where Bridget makes the best ice cream in Lancashire, and don't just take her word for it. Bridget has no choice. She has to quit the cafe. With nothing left to lose, she decides to look into Tony's murder before the killer disappears into the background. Whoa. Till Death Do Us Part, Felicity Phillips investigates. Book number 9 by Steve Higgs. In the Highlands of Scotland, someone wants to interrupt a wedding, and they are going to stop at nothing to achieve their aim, burning cars, bricks through windows, but that's just the start, and when the wedding party fail to take the hint, things turn deadly. Forced to turn sleuth, Felicity's questions reveal a worrying truth. The groom has a long list of enemies. With the wedding going sideways and a powerful storm overhead, Felicity and her team must figure out which of the guests is looking to spill blood. It becomes a deadly game they have to win, but the rules keep changing. There's someone in the background going out of their way to mess with Felicity's best efforts. Future societies are going to look back on our literature and think that there are constantly storms and we're constantly being stranded and killed off. You'll Be Sorry by Mona Marple and Katie Forrest, 6 in the Christmas Cozy Mystery Series. It's a pretty cover. Good afternoon, Helen. Welcome, welcome. With a sinister clue left on their doorstep, Holly, Nick, and the Claus family find themselves tangled in a web of trickery woven by the mischievous Yule lads, 13 impish pranksters who have returned to cause chaos. Which reminds me, for some reason, in the Advent calendar book that we're reading, I cannot read aloud the word musk ox. I have such a problem with that one. As Holly and her determined team, Father Christmas, Mrs. Claus, and the ever-resourceful Wiggles race against the clock to find Gilbert, they must navigate a blizzard of clues from mysterious notes to missing kitchenware. But as Christmas draws near, the stakes grow higher, and Holly uncovers a chilling plot that points to an unexpected culprit within their midst. In a thrilling adventure that takes them from the heart of Candy Cane Hollow to the eerie No Carols Cave, Holly must use every ounce of her sleuthing skills to bring Gilbert home and save Christmas. With the joy of the season hanging in the balance, will they be able to outwit the Yule lads and restore peace to Claus Cottage? Melee mistletoe. Hang on a second. Okay. This is by Toby Neal. I'm Kat, former Secret Service, current postmaster, and awkward private eye in Ohio, Maui. I'm currently searching for a valuable historical Hawaiian Christmas ornament gone missing, and I'm the 6-foot-something center of controversy as our cozy, small-town island mystery swirls with gossip, accusations, old feuds, and new friendships. I have my hot pilot boyfriend, Mr. K. Is that what you call him? The Red Hat Society, and my beloved one-eared cat Tiki on the case, but I'm going to need all the help I can get to find the Queen's Ornament, or the fundraiser organized by my very own Aunt Faye will be a bust. End of that row. What do you mean page not found? Rosie Point, I tell you, woman, almost every single book. I'm publishing it. No, I'm not. It's only available for a day, and you missed it. Teacher, I downloaded You'll Be Sorry this morning. Oh, nice. Perfect. Perfect. We've hit the 20s in the countdown to Christmas, so this is a very good time to be doing very seasonal things. The Blue Bonnet Conspiracy by Jinx Schwartz. Magnolia Bluff Crime Chronicles, book number 31. Good for that author, and it's almost 300 pages. Blue's back in Magnolia Bluff after a few months in Mexico and looking forward to seeing friends and family and painting in her lakeside studio. When you live in a town with possibly the highest per capita murder count in the entire state of Texas, it shouldn't be any surprise that she arrives on the eve of yet another, but this time Blue's the suspect. If you are the highest per capita murder capital of the entire state of Texas, you guys need some anger management and have the state pay for it. I usually don't say state should pay for something, but you guys need anger management and better ways to deal. Just saying. Maiden of Honor. Oh, I kind of like that cover. A Maiden Harlow Mystery, book number 4 by Camille Sharp. Wedding bells are about to ring in Golden Glen, but who invited a killer? Weddings are supposed to be joyful occasions, but for Maiden and her beloved Aunt Bella, things are about to take a deadly turn. As they arrive at the opulent Riley Manor for Aunt Bella's 5th, or is it 6th, trip down the aisle, Maiden can't help but sense a chill in the air, but with her aunt's heart set on this lavish wedding, what could possibly go wrong? As Maiden and her sisters stumble through their duties as bridesmaids, they soon find themselves caught up in the drama of the groom's family. The matriarch of the Hedgewick clan is determined to keep Aunt Bella out of the family and their fortune, and tensions are high as the wedding festivities begin. But just as the reception gets underway, tragedy strikes, and with every member of the Hedgewick family a suspect, including Aunt Bella, Maiden finds herself at the center of a dangerous investigation. As she digs deeper into the Hedgewigs' dirty laundry, she uncovers a nest of secrets and betrayals that could have deadly consequences. Murder Midst the Diamonds. Dodo Dorchester Mystery, book number 12. This series is on my radar. The first book, I've kind of been aware of it, but the first book has a blue cover, so it was one that I was contemplating for the scavenger hunt in January, but I have a lot of options for that, so I don't think I will get to it yet, but it is on my radar. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Murder isn't. Love is in the air as Dodo Dorchester and Rupert Danforth prepare to announce their engagement. After a successful appointment with London's premier jeweler, plans begin for the engagement party until murder strikes at the heart of their happiness and their dream ring becomes evidence in a deadly puzzle. Dodo's dreams of a Times announcement and a fairy tale celebration crumble faster than a dropped scone at high tea. In a world where old money meets new, could the culprit be among London's glittering social elite, or is it a notorious gang of international jewel thieves behind the bloodshed? Now, instead of planning the engagement bash, Dodo is planning interviews with suspects, and there are plenty to choose from, as she is faced with untangling a web of deception that stretches from London's criminal underground to the glamorous world of the West End. Will she and Rupert ever be able to make their engagement official? Will Chief Inspector Blood put a spanner in the works? Will the murderer strike again before Dodo can figure it all out? End of that row. That was Keo. Keo's waking up. Did we do this one? Hold the phone. I can't remember if we did this one. Cajun says, I haven't even started looking for scavenger hunt picks or around the world readathon. Well, something to do Christmas Day, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's a good plan. All right. Something in the Waters. I swear we did this one because I remember saying Toot Hansel. Yes, and the Bog. Okay. Oh, we did it for fantasy. Okay. Never mind. Whew. I thought I was losing my mind. St. Valentine's Day Murder. 13th in the Heathcliff Lennox series. I did read the first one of these for a scavenger hunt a couple months ago, or at least sometime this year. Occasion. Oh, did you get a year-end route with email from Audible? Tick me off. This year's not over yet, so my stats aren't either. Yes. Yeah, I'm not done yet. I've got pages to add. I'm not done with my Brandon Sanderson yet. And that's going to bump those page numbers up like crazy. This is by Karen Manuhin. I did like the first book. You could tell it was a first book, though, so I'm not abandoning this series. I'm thinking she will get better as she goes on, and this is book number 13. I love the covers. I think they're beautiful. 1924 Valentine's Day. A duel at dawn, one man dead, the other gravely injured. What drove them to fight on a bitterly cold morning remains a mystery. For years, Lady Bancroft's Valentine's Ball at Bancroft Hall had been a glittering gathering of high society's most eligible men and women. Countless happy couples owe their love stories to her matchmaking, their gratitude keeping Lady Bancroft in the genteel comfort of her grand Cotswolds estate. But this year, tragedy strikes. A murder threatens to ruin everything. Desperate, Lady Bancroft turns to her neighbor, the dashing Major Heathcliff Lennox. A decorated war hero and now a consultant to Scotland Yard, Lennox would much rather be fishing. But duty and the insistent ex-detective Inspector Swift calls. What seems like a straightforward case takes a darker turn when another body is discovered. With secrets unraveling and suspects mounting, Lennox and Swift must race to uncover the truth before the killer strikes again. Meanwhile, Lennox's wife, Percy, an archaeologist, is handed a mystery of her own. The Valentine's murder is not the only mystery at Bancroft Hall. There was the centuries-old mystery of the lost Lady of Lisle. Yeah, I'll have to read one of those later in the year. And this is a series I've been trying to get to. I love the time period. It's one of my favorite time periods, the 1700s, the late 1700s in England. And book one has been forever on my TBR, and it is another contender for the blue cover scavenger hunt. This is book number 11 in the Lady Fan Mystery Series by Elizabeth Bailey. This is called The Killing Cave. 1799, England. A family holiday to the seaside takes a dramatic turn when Lady Adela Fanshaw's young son Luke accidentally stumbles on a body in a cave. Lady Fan and her husband Francis quickly rush to the scene and find the corpse bound and blindfolded with a bullet hole in his head. It appears the man was executed, and with smugglers well known to operate in the area, the local sergeant suggests it was a quarrel amongst the reprobates. But Adela is not so sure. Ottilia? I don't know. The crime scene seems staged, and the dead man too well dressed to be a common criminal. There is nothing else for it. The Fanshaws must extend their stay on the Norfolk coast to allow Lady Fan to take the lead, because of course she has to. But with her health compromised, 4 young children to care for, and a grumbling mother-in-law in tow, can Lady Fan summon up enough strength to unravel this mystery, or will this be the case that finally forces her into retirement? Well, she's been doing it for 11, well, let's say 11 times. It's not necessarily one per year, but it could be one per year. And that's all we've got for our cozy mysteries this week. Perhaps you found some inspiration. Bring me your page number. We'll jump on reading him. Very true. Very true. This one is like, well, the edition I'm reading is 1,100 some pages, so that will bump up. Might be only one book, but it's a lot of pages. Have a good weekend. Should see you on the other channel Sunday night. Yes, you have a good time. Oh, that's going to be so nice. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Be happy. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the new releases. Next week, we'll be doing it again and really crossing our fingers that because it's Christmas week, there are some things for us to look at. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight, but we do have Chapter 20 of the Advent Calendar Cozy Mystery Bedtime Read Aloud on the spin-off channel Tales for Bookeemonsters. And we'll have sprints tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern. Just a heads up, we are doing sprints on Christmas Eve. It's our regular Tuesday, but we might be starting a little bit earlier. I just haven't decided what time yet. Oh, you betcha. Thank you so much, Cajun. All right, everybody, have a good Friday. If I don't see you like Cajun, have a very good weekend. Read good books. If you go out Christmas shopping, buy books. Or you could do what I used to do when I used to go shopping out in stores is one for them, one for me. One for them, one for me. I usually would be shopping at the, like the Borders or Barnes & Noble. So it was easy to do. They have some great gifts, even if they're not book-oriented. All righty. Have a good day. You're in my heart. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.